All right, family. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get the party started this evening. I got the recording. I just pushed live on that bad boy. So we good. We getting it all on wax just to get the party started. Let me go ahead and throw a few announcements out there to let y'all know what's happening, what's popping off. As you know, our theme for this year in 2022 is winning time, right? And I think that we put that on really vivid display this past weekend is winning time. But we got a lot more winning to do in the year of 2022. It's just the tip of the iceberg, only the beginning, a lot more things to get excited about that's on the horizon, right? And so a few announcements that I want to cover, then we're going to get into the nitty gritty of everything. Remember our hierarchy group me is going away next Tuesday. Whoa, man, that came fast. Yes, it did. Next Tuesday, May the 3rd, will be the last day that we will be posting to the hierarchy group me. So I'm advising you, I put the link to connect to the new hierarchy Telegram. I put that in the group me. So make sure that you are connected to the Telegram group messaging group that we have, right? And so I'll put it out there again this evening. So if you may have missed it before, you can connect to it tonight and this week, but we don't want anybody to get left behind. This is a no person left behind that's active and engaged in the business. If you haven't done it yet, we need you to get Telegram on your phone and get connected to our group on the group messaging app Telegram. We are migrating away from GroupMe. Next Tuesday will be our last day posting. Last day posting. So don't look for any new messages to the GroupMe after next Tuesday. It's going to be 100% Telegram. Raise your hand or give the hands emoji if you've already gotten connected to the Telegram. Raise your hand if you don't mind. All right, good stuff. All right. Now, if you still need to get connected to the Telegram, or for the field trainers, if you have people that are on your team that are new, get with them and find out if they are connected to the Telegram. No, anybody that you bring on board this month, you should not be adding any new teammates to the group me. Any new teammates that we get this month, add them. When you do your orientations, add them to the Telegram. All right. And so we got that going. All right. So let's get back to it. Another announcement is month end. I didn't make a slide for that, but I can definitely talk about it. Month end is next Monday. Next Monday, May the 2nd is month end. Now, I don't know if the company is going to give us extended hours for that. They may have already announced it, but if they have, I've missed it. But next Monday, I believe so far it's at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. That is when we have our last shot to submit any business to count towards the month of April. All right. And so I put a charge and a challenge out there to the Win the Day accountability group today. I'm serious about that. Let's lock in and let's get loaded on accomplishing those personal goals that we have. But we're going to set ourselves up for big time momentum going into the month of May. I know with the company, I don't know what the company's going to name the month of May, but I'm naming it Momentum May. Right? I always do. The month of May is that month that we need to start building that momentum as we head into our summer of separation. Right? And every summer for the past 2 summers, there's been a separation that has happened to where somebody gets promoted out, RVP, at the end of the summer. That's happened for the past 2 summers. Y'all ain't excited. For the past 2 summers, we've had people from our base shop get promoted to RVP. The first summer, right after the summer separation, we had our first regional vice president, Benicia Walker, get promoted right after the summer of 2020. And then towards the end of the summer of last year, 2021, we had regional vice presidents, Andrea and Kathy Fowler, take their contract. And I'm telling you right now, family, we are in position to have somebody else. I don't know who it's going to be. We'll find out, but it's going to be a summer of separation period that can occur this coming summer. So we'll see who's going to step up and be part of that summer of separation trend to keep that push going. All right. To keep it going. But May is the month that you build momentum going into the summer of separation. Of course, we got the convention coming up and all that good stuff, man. It's just going to be just super duper amazing. We got all of that happening, right? And we'll talk about the convention here in a little bit. But let's get to the AALC recap, right? I always say things like, man, you know, it was so awesome. You had to be there. You know, it was just chock full of so much goodness. I know a lot of you guys were present, but I'm interested, even for those who were present. I was there, of course. You know, Rahima was there. I'm still interested in hearing from you and learning what you took away from the event. It was so much goodness that was shared over that 48, 72-hour window, that made it's kind of hard to just kind of boil some things down. I know it was a lot, but I'm gonna have you guys boil some of these things down into maybe 2 to maybe 3 points that you took away from the AALC. And so it was just this past weekend. The theme of the event was level up. It's your time. Level up, it's your time. And a lot of it, you had to be there. Let me just kind of set the stage before we start giving our teammates an opportunity to share. Every year, either in March or in April, the African American leadership in Primerica, the AALC, they have a conference in Orlando, right? They have a conference in Orlando. It's been down there for, you know, the past, I don't know how many years, but the conference is in Orlando. It's every year. Let me tell you something, teammates, you do not want to miss this conference. It is the single most powerful event that Primerica has, that's available for people who look like you and I and come from where we come from. It's such an dope, it's such an amazing event. I can't even really articulate all the goodness of it, and your teammates are going to do the best, but that they can. But I'm telling you right now, if you missed it this year, you need to go ahead and make it a point that I'm going to be there next year. Big shout out to all of the teammates who went last year or the year before that, and you are a repeat person that goes to this conference. That's the type of habit and the trend that you want to develop, because this is a non-negotiable type of deal. You need to be there. And big shout out to the teammates where this was your first year going. I know that you carried away a lot from that event, and I'm encouraging you to go ahead and make the choice and the decision to go back, you know, next year. And so next year it'll be in the month of March. It's going to be awesome and amazing. They already got the packages available and stuff like that. A few nuances and differences about those packages where you got to pay them in full up front, no more deposits and things like that. You got to pay for your package in full. And so, yeah, it's a lot of goodness that you're getting. But just let me kind of set the stage a little bit, just through some pictures, right? And so, because I mean, there's been a lot of pictures that have been posted. Some have been posted to our hierarchy group me, and some were posted in the AALC 2022 group me. And so I just pulled some of them, not all of them, guys. I know some of y'all got probably even some more amazing pictures on your phones and things like that. But look, you know, so much happened each and every day. So this was Thursday. Thursday was a travel day for a lot of us, right? And so you had the financial freedom fighters out of Pennsylvania and Philadelphia. They actually drove down to Orlando, made it a whole road trip. You had Auntie, Sean, Mom, and Kim got in the car and got on the road and drove from Philadelphia all the way down to Orlando, Florida, man. I mean, you talking about some people that are committed, that are some warriors and getting the daggone job done. You got Julia in the airport. You got J&B Hall and Regional Vice President Andre Fowler. This is the RVP pick right here. They're on the plane. This is him and I in the airport. Quee, early morning shades on. I already got you, bro. And then this is Mom driving as part of that trip. They were rotating drivers and stuff like that. I mean, so Thursday was a travel day for a lot of us, right? And then we got an opportunity on Thursday night. Raheem and I, we treated the people that were there in the hierarchy on Thursday night. We did a whole Top Golf excursion, and we had a blast. We had a blast, man. And so big shout out to everybody that got a chance to plug into that deal. Justin and Brittany showed out. They had they Get Active shirts. with the straight out of the base shop and all that good stuff. And I thought that was mad dope. And so, but man, we just had a good time, man. I mean, just, you know, nobody was Tiger Woods. We was Tiger Hood out there. And we had a good time. Food, drinks, fellowship, and just a lot of shenanigans that was going on, man. So if you look at some of these pictures, you'll get a flavor of just the energy, the love that was being transacted back and forth, man. You got Julia that was knocking the crap out of that ball. I was just super impressed seeing Julia, you know, swat that golf ball all over the field. You got a little Ferris wheel in the back. You got RVP Andre Fowler, RVP Benicia Walker. You got the Financial Freedom Fighters, Mom, Jackie, and Sean. These are their plaques from the Super Saturday that we had back in February. And so we had Audrey there. Big shout out to Audrey was there. And man, it was just a lot of love that was happening. And then look at this couple right here, man. This is Constance and Terrence White, man. I mean, this was just a picturesque pic. You know, they just all booed up and then the Ferris wheel all in the back, man. They look like they some teenagers, y'all. It was just great. And then this is the fellas pic right here. These guys, these dudes right here, right? And so, man, just all love all evening, right? But we not done, man. I mean, we just got an opportunity to take a group pic while we were out there. Just nothing but good vibrations all the way around. And then we finished up the evening with a little fireside chat. Funny thing, the fire pit wasn't lit at first. The cat came through trying to light the fire pit, man. Everybody started smelling gas. Folks, you know, black folks smell gas. We dispersed, right? And so you would have thought gunshots had went off, man. I mean, once we got a little hint of gas, man, we all just shot out. And that's one of the memorable moments, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that let me know, man, that everybody in this base shop that was there, man, you smart. You smart. You know how to handle yourself in a crisis situation, man. It wasn't nobody left behind like, where are y'all going? No, we don't respond like that. Auntie, we might be like, what happened when it comes to recognition, but we don't be like, oh no, what happened when it comes to smelling some gas or it's a crisis situation. We know exactly what's happening and we know what to do and how to get out of the way. And so, but no, it was all good. He lit the fire pit, man, and we all just kind of chopped it up a little bit. Auntie introduced us to a game and got dang near broke our brains with this game. Broke our brains with this game. It was a fun game. I enjoyed it. Auntie, I enjoyed the game. I understood the game. I was vibing with the game. I understood the game. We're going to play it again. Quee like, oh no, we broke Quee brain with the game, man. So, but I know you got plenty more. So hopefully when we are, and I'm kind of foreshadowing some things, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hopefully when we all get together in Atlanta for the convention, we'll have more days and all that type of stuff. We'll get a chance to really get some more stuff in. All right. And so that was Thursday. Then of course, Friday was the jump off, right? Oh, the Peterson game. Oh, Team Peterson came into town, man. Look at them. They excited. They had their coffee and tea going. And then you had everybody breaking out their shirts. It's a secret weapon. Regional Vice President Andre and Kathy Fowler, along with Ashley was there, man. And look at these guys just kind of chilling around the pool. Man, just all love all the time. And then that evening, man, you know, the council members and some regional vice presidents, we had an opportunity to plug into a formal gala and got a chance to get all tucked up. The ladies were looking super duper amazing and just, I mean, it was just good, man. It's just good to get dressed up, man. It's good to get dressed up. The thing is that you had to be a regional vice president or a council member in order to be able to attend. Had to be one of those. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, it was a great event. They had food, they had adult beverages, you know, they had everything going at the gala, man. I mean, it's so just fantastic, man. And, you know, just look at this, man. It was a masquerade theme. And so, Super J, man, I didn't connect the dots, man. I had a mask, but then I forgot to bring my contacts. You know, I'm so used to wearing my glasses, so I couldn't put my mask over my glasses. So I had to just, you know, set my mask to the side, but everybody looked phenomenal. Everybody looked phenomenal, man. And then that night, man, in the locker room, in the Friday night AALC locker room, which is the first, official event for the AALC, is the Friday night locker room. Our very own National Sales Director, Stephen Coleman, he got an opportunity to co-host the second half of the locker room, along with Senior National Sales Director, Cedric Thomas, and yours truly. I got an opportunity to be one of the featured speakers to jump things off in the locker room. We're talking about a room full of maybe about 2,000-3,000 plus people that were in that room, and it was just a beautiful experience. It was a really, really good experience. I was nervous as all get out, but I was prepared. And so I just let the Spirit use me. I looked over my notes, got up on stage, and I just let God use me, man. And so hopefully, I got some good feedback from not only teammates. I got some great feedback from people who I just was seeing after the fact, and they were very encouraged by just not only the event, but my part of the event. So I just give God all glory, honor, and praise for that. But that was a dope experience. But I wasn't the only one that got a chance to speak, and we're gonna get to that here in just a second. So Saturday was the level up day, man. Saturday was a full day. It was a level up, man. The Proven Movement was in full effect. We had a level up mindset. So that's a picture of all of us right then and there, man. We looked great in the hierarchy shirts. Man, just look at this right here, man. You had to be there, family. You had to be there. Look at these new regional vice presidents, Justin and Brittany Hall, man. Just belonging everywhere they went, just belonging, man. It just, you had some sorority love right there. The Sisters of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, man. And then you got Secret Weapons in the building. You got Regional Vice President Benicia Walker, just selfie picking, with some of the team. Financial freedom fighters in the mix, man. We had Miss Ruth and Shatina all in there, man. Look at these guys, man. Oh, Shatina's there, and then, she's taking pictures with all the RVPs. And then if you look on your screen, on the right-hand side of your screen, look at that guy right there. Man, that is none other than Justin Super J Hall of Fame. He got an opportunity, check this out, family, to be one of the featured speakers in the securities boot camp. He was one of the hot shots that they handpicked, set apart, and anointed to be one of the speakers, and he lit it up. He lit it up, man. And Super J, I need to give it to you, man. I need to upload it to YouTube and send it to you. I got the whole thing on video, man. I meant to give it to you. I got the whole thing on video. I'm sure Brittany probably got it too, but man, it was just awesome, man. Just his personality, his truth, his style shining through, man. It was nothing short of amazing. And that was a great opportunity for him. And I know, coming into that deal, he had to get his mind right, stuff like that. And both of us experienced a little bit of growth this weekend, Justin, a little bit of growth. And so, that feeling of discomfort, like, oh Lord, I'm outside of my comfort zone. That ain't nothing but growth. That feeling is growth. And so we both grew up a little bit this weekend. And let's get back into it, man. What else happened, man? And then on Saturday night, man. Oh, Saturday night was awesome. This was an opportunity, man. We got some recognition. Look at this amazing, beautiful woman. Sean McLeod got a big piece of recognition for the securities that she was rocking last year in 2021. Man, unexpected, but just at the same time was awesome. Got a chance to walk across the stage. Look at that expression, man. You can't fake that. Looked real good on stage. Get comfortable doing that, Sean, because it's your time. It's your season. And then, of course, we got an opportunity to go across the stage as well, man. Everybody all excited and stuff like that. And Raheem and I, we got a chance to go across. And our National Sales Director, Stephen Phoenicia Coleman, as we were walking across stage, man, Senior Vice President, $700,000, and that was doing the announcement. Chris Durham was messing with me. He was like, man, what you doing up here, man? Y'all just gonna show out like that. He's just talking to me, just encouraging Raheem and I, man, had me cracking up laughing. But that's the kind of love that we get from people in the AALC. That not only do they want to win, but they love seeing other people, even whether they override them or not, they love seeing people that they know win. Love seeing them win, man. And so it was just a beautiful beautiful experience. And I mean, we ain't even made it to the last day. This was just half, part of Saturday, man. Just more images of us taking pictures together, man. This was just a historic weekend, right? And then, just some more images from Saturday, man. You got Tanisha Joseph in that deal, man. And look at us and Sean holding our big clocks together, man. We had to ship them things back via FedEx. Wasn't getting that on the plane, wasn't getting that in the car. Lord have mercy, man. This is Mom and Tanisha and Audrey with one of the council members. It was just a beautiful event. And then afterwards, our national sales directors, they got a room for all of us to just be able to just hang out in, and they had food in that room, and all kind of stuff, man, and music, and what's interesting is that the lady who sets up the rooms on Saturday, she said, I set up 17 different rooms for different organizations in hierarchy tonight, 17. So there were other organizations that were all over the hotel in their own respective rooms. She said, y'all room was the only room that had music like that, though. Y'all the only room that had music. And so, man, just putting on for the hierarchy, just putting on, man. And so it was just an awesome event, man. Awesome event all the way around. I'm just kind of telling the story in pictures. And then, of course, new teammate. Then it was the after party. I had to tap out. I ain't tap into the after party, man. Y'all some vampires. I tell you that. Oh, y'all some vampires, man. This is a new teammate as part of Secret Weapon. This is Shayla with Raheem and I, man. She had an amazing time. Big shout out to her. This was her first big event, period, in Primerica. Newly licensed and all that good stuff. And so she made the decision to come to the AALC. And then on Sunday, is Sunday Fun Day, man. Getting an opportunity to go across stage to get our senior vice president plaque. And so Benicia was like, man, let me hold the plaque and let me get a ring so I can just kind of envision myself experiencing these things. And I'm telling you, y'all already know how I feel about the power of visualization. And man, this is the crew right here hanging around the pool area of the hotel. Just Sunday Fun Day, man. Just having a blast, landing the plane, last general session and all of that, man. You got the Peterson group just taking pictures left and right and doing their thing, man. Big shout out to them for making the trip from Maryland down to Orlando to experience everything. This is Audrey with Mark and Felicia Taylor, Julia throwing up the peace sign, man. Already, it ain't nothing but love, nothing but love. And then look at these superstars right here. Got a chance to go across the stage to get their RVP plaques at the AALC on Sunday. Wow, what a blessing. Look at Kimberly Lewis and Andrea right there, man. Look at these gay in the pool. I think y'all in the lazy river. This is Mom and Auntie in the lazy river. I'm like, look what they got on life vests for. Hey, man, each his own. It's all good. So having just a fun time. And then we had our national sales director, Stephen and Phoenicia Coleman, who got a chance to be featured speakers, a part of the PFN broadcast. They got a chance to speak on Sunday during the live recording. They lit it up. Lord, they lit it up. Man, it was just awesome, man. It was awesome, man. So we represented in all areas on all levels this weekend. So it's just such a blessed weekend, a magic weekend. And then look at this guy below level of RVP, Markeen Dortch, just doing his thing, leveling up. And then, of course, man, just more pictures of us holding plaques. Raheem and I, we got our senior vice president plaque there, and man, just taking pictures with Andre and Kathy with their RVP plaque. And then, man, we get a chance to just look at this. This is history right here. We had 2 national sales director promotions. We have 4 regional vice president promotions, 1 senior vice president promotion. We wouldn't, man, I was just hoping that they would call Justin Brittany's name, but they saving it for the convention. So those guys, they got something else to look forward to with all of that. But guys, that is my pictorial recap of what happened over the past weekend at the AALC. And now what I'd like to do is I'd like a couple of our teammates to step to the mic and just to give their take on what happened over the weekend, what they took away from the event. And now this is what I want to say. I want us to be mindful of the time. I want to give everybody who wants to talk a chance to talk. So if you can keep your response to 2, maximum 3 minutes, and I'm going to set my timer too. So just be mindful of that. I know that man, we got a lot of preachers, we got a lot of evangelists, we got a lot of prophets and prophetess on this phone. And I know that y'all got good stuff to share. I know you do. But listen, we just want to be mindful of the time frame in which we share, so we can get through everything, because I do have something I want to talk to everybody about at the end. All right. And so the first person I want to kick it over to, and you don't have to share if you don't want to share. I'm just saying, if you do, hey, you're more than welcome to do it. And it was so many people that I had to make sure I wrote everybody down. Right? It wrote everybody down. All right. And so the first person I want to kick it over to is Audrey Muse. Audrey, I don't know if you might want to come off mute and share and just talk about what is maybe one or two things that you took away just as big ticket things from the AALC this weekend. So y'all give it up for Audrey.
Thank you, everyone. This is my second conference. It was, I'm telling you, it just gets better and better and better. Make sure you are in line to go for next year. It's so encouraging, so enlightening, and it's so enriching. And one of the things that it was a lot of good messages, but it seems that there was also a lot of messages, particularly about self-mastery and mastering your skills, your relationships, being in tune with your time, how to manage your business from a place where you are noticing things about yourself to help you grow those things that maybe you don't want to tap into, but you need to tap into. I don't speak very well. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm shy, because I get excited. I was talking to someone today and they're like, yeah, I could tell you're really excited about your business. But when I really get going, I get going. So they also mentioned emotional intelligence. That was the word I was looking for. Emotional intelligence, being in tune with your time, with your business, have respect for your own time, discipline yourself, be honest with yourself, and have some transparency. I mentioned self-mastery before. Have hope and belief. Stay amplified. Become in tune with who you are. We're all individuals, but be in tune with who you are as an individual. Don't try to be like somebody else, because it's not going to work. You're you, and you're the best person to know how you would work for yourself. So find your niche, really, I think is what that is kind of saying, and be clear of who you want to become. You have to work, you have to keep going through everything and stop letting things take over your emotion. And I'm an emotional person, so that's going to be a little one I have to work on. Choose what you give your energy to, and that's another thing. Distractions, whether it's datings, weddings, baby showers. Well, I don't have to worry too much about that, because I don't watch TV as it is anyway. But I mean, stay focused on what your goals are. Write them down. Do your boards if that's what you do, but find a way that works for you. And focus on the solutions and stop taking off time. Like, peace is priceless, is what I have. I have a lot more notes, but I'm trying to leave room for everybody else.
Thank you so much, Audrey. That was awesome and amazing. Just, we could really stop right there, because you said so much. And I'm telling you guys, I mean, when you take notes like that at an event like that, it's not for us to just write those notes down, close the notebook up and set it over to the side. No, just spend some time really studying those notes, and just, from what you remember, write notes in the margin about your notes, just things that really hit you and like how it applies to your situation, and really study those notes and apply them. That's the biggest compliment that we can give the people who pour into us, is actually applying the things that they're sharing with us. So great job, Audrey. Way to set things off. Next, I'm gonna kick it over to this dynamic duo. It was just good to see them and meet them in person. And I just got the same, it you know how like you see somebody on camera and Zoom, and I've been in the Zoom world, then you meet them in person. It's like, man, you are exactly who and how I thought you would be. And I just want to give a special shout out to Cameron and Kim Peterson, and I want to give them a chance to share some of their takeaways from the AALC conference. This was their first real big event, first time meeting a lot of us in person. And so it was just a blessing all the way around, I know, for me and hopefully for them as well. So Cameron and Kim, I give it over to you guys. Step to the mic.
Hey, everybody. I can say, hey, fam now, because that's what spoke loudest to me, that as soon as our feet hit ground, you all treated us like family, and that meant a lot to us. I know we're grown and all of that stuff, but I really believe that belonging somewhere still matters somewhere in this world. And I'm thankful that the structure of this business does not leave you alone and grown. It allows you to have that support. So I definitely want to shout out Marquis and Jackie and all Jackie and her angels that made sure I wasn't lost and that we were where we were supposed to be when we were supposed to be during the whole time. But one of the things that stuck out for me is that being a team in ministry, we seldom find models that promote married couples, doing business or interacting together in a way that is very productive and non-competitive and fruitful. To see that in business where I don't see it as consistently in ministry was flooring for me. And not just that, but we were able to not just see couples operate as a unit. They were open. They were open to mentoring us for no reason. We're not in their base shop. They're not, gaining anything, but they gravitated to Cameron and I. And we left with so many telephone numbers and contacts of people who really want to make sure as a couple that we understand some of the things that, are very specific to how we want to run our business. So that right there was very powerful for me.
And she said most of it, so I'm just going to micro machine commercial it all. I'm just so eternally grateful for what we have been exposed to on this weekend. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. One of the things that I would say really quickly is that we're always looking at our wives. We're looking at our wives. But I can tell you that this wonderful lady who is not behind me, but beside me, she is not only my why, she is the why of my why. And so my why is even more driven. I'm more driven to be uncomfortable and jump out there and get it done. I'm more driven to be in a not only in a learning posture, but in a forever learning posture so that we can grow and change this world one family at a time. I believe that we will absolutely thrive. And I'm excited that we were also exposed to great people. And one of the things that it reminded us on this weekend is that you have to be exposed to people who can expose you to greater. If you're not around people who are exposing you to greater, then you're not in a posture or a position to be fed so that you can become greater. I can say so much more, but I'm going to kick it back to Nick because my time is about up.
And that was so awesome. Thank you so much for that, Kimberly and Cameron, man. Just what a blessing. Y'all said a lot. I love the way that you started things off, Kimberly, saying that the minute that you stepped down, it felt like you were embraced by family. And we tell people this all the time that, hey, we're like a family, hey, we know this is more than business, but oftentimes, people might say that, but when you get around them, you don't necessarily feel that. And so, but here we make sure that this is more than business, that there are people that just really want to just see you win. and anything that they can do to help guide you and help, bless you in your journey, they're willing to do that. And these are people that don't even override you or anything like that, because they know and they understand how it was for them to come in. And so they're really giving back, by giving back, they get an opportunity to pay it forward. Right. And so I love the way that you said that, man. The partnerships here in Primerica, it's a non-competitive, deal. They're really fruitful partnerships, and that's the power that we allow people to tap into. And in different partnerships look different. It might be husband and wife. It might be sister and brother. It might be sister and sister, brother and brother, mom and son, mom and dad. But we embrace partnership here because we just believe that two people where there's a love connection that's working toward a common goal, it's one of the most powerful forces in business. And Cameron, I love what you said, man, that, just looking at your why, and that you declare that, man, just being in that environment, man, your wife, Kim, is the why of your why. And that being around that environment makes you want to go get uncomfortable, makes you want to go for it even more, and put yourself around people that can sow into you things that can help take you guys to the next level. So I look forward to seeing you guys at the next big event, because this is just only the beginning. We love you guys. Thank y'all so much for what you shared. And so next, who are we going to kick it over to, man? Let me look at my list. We're going to kick it over. We're going to kick it over to Kim Jones. Kim Jones, my sister. Talk to us. Let us know some of the things you took away from the AALC, if you don't mind.
Okay, so hey family, and that's so true, Kim and Cam. Family, you can feel the love. So yes, I definitely agree with that. But anyway, what really, really excited me was the speed coaching with the AALC council members. That was so powerful. And we were able to, because they kind of did the speed coaching, and then you move from table to table. For those of you that were there, you remember that. But that was so awesome because you were able to really pick the brains of the council members. They were so open and honest, and they all came in their own way. And at the table that we were at, there were a couple, like 2 to 3, that even gave us their personal cell phone numbers. If we have any questions, reach out. And like I said, they all came from different perspectives as to like prospecting, and they all had their way, but they were all effective ways. And a few things that they kind of brought out that I've heard before, some of these things, but one of them was to swap numbers with our team members, like if we have a list, because Jackie and I were talking about that. The swap numbers, like Jackie would call my people and vice versa, so aren't we gonna do that, Jackie? And also another thing is that recruiting is a conversation, not a presentation. And that was powerful to me as well, because I know when I first got into business, I was just so focused on, oh my gosh, the presentation. I got to make sure I cover this and cover that. And then even, I think it was Constance that mentioned at one of our trainings, I think it was last week, about just that your heart has to be in it. It has to be a heart conversation. So that really kind of stuck out as well. And a lot of stuff was reiterated, but another thing, and a couple of things too, that was powerful to me, with that 2 of the council members were from Philly. So that was like very relatable. I was like, okay, homeboy, homegirl. And just that relatability was powerful for me as well. And it was one more point that I had to make. To do a grand opening for our people. So when we recruit, do a grand opening, launch their business, invite, and now since COVID is a little better for the most part, we may be able to meet in person. So I thought that was awesome as well. So that's all I got.
Fantastic, Kim. Thank you so much for that. Man, just a lot of good nuggets, man. That VIP speed coaching round, it happens early on Saturday morning, but I promise you it's worth it. It was my first year plugging into it as a coach. Last year they extended it, but we were new council members, and the agenda was real different and stuff like that. And so I was like, hey man, let me just kind of get into the council first, and then we'll kind of look to do the whole coaching. But this year, when they extended the invitation, hey, any council member that wants to be a part of that, I was one of the first to sign up, because I just believe that, you know, if people are hungry for the information and the knowledge, then they need to be fed, and they need to be fed by as many people that are willing to be in the vineyard to provide that knowledge and that understanding. And so I humbly positioned myself at a table, and I mean, and we were able to talk and really pour into some people. And Kim, I just thank you for illuminating that part of it, because man, that thing happened from it was like 7:30 to 10 o'clock. So it was a lot of opportunity to get real up close and personal with some council members and pick their brains, ask questions, hear their stories, and get their take on things. So you pointed out something, hey, being able to swap number with team. I mean, that's something that is simple, but can be extremely effective. Extremely effective. Just doing a little number swap. Hey, I got some people and you got some people. Hey, why don't I call your people? You call my people. And that way you can represent me and I can represent you. Hey, I'm calling on behalf of Jackie Mayfield. This thing that she met you, and it makes it sound and seem as though, hey man, this is a big daggone deal, which it is, but it's just a different approach. So that's a strategy to use. And then you pointed out recruiting a conversation is a conversation, not a presentation, and making it more that. And then also launching your new recruits businesses. I mean, just stuff that we've done in the past, but now just being reminded of those things. Just powerful. Thank you so much for that, Kim, and sharing those takeaways. And so, are y'all good? Are y'all getting something out of this recap? Y'all good? All right, perfect. And so, all right, the next person that we're going to kick it over to, and man, we really missed her on Thursday, but I knew she came in on that Friday and all that good stuff. But I don't know if she's in position to talk, but I want to give her a chance to share if she's available to share. And that is Miss Kimberly Lewis. Kimberly Lewis, are you in a position to talk? No, maybe.
She's on mute.
Kim, you're on mute.
Kim, you're on mute.
Kim, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Hi, sorry about that. Yeah, I'll make it quick. Yeah, one of the things I always leave the AALC. This is my second year, and I always leave very inspired. And it definitely did that for me this time as well. But I really enjoyed the VIP workshop. That really did it for me, just to be, more engaged with people on the council member, the people that know how to get to where, most of us want to be. So I really enjoyed that part the most, the VIP workshop.
All right, perfect. Appreciate you for that, Kimberly Lewis. And yeah, man, had you showed up on Thursday, man, I mean, it probably would have been just us sitting around watching you hit golf balls and stuff like that. If y'all don't know, man, Kimberly Lewis, dang near one step from being a professional golfer. Don't let her fool you. She probably headed out to the golf course right now to hit some balls and stuff like that. Anyway, no, I'm just messing with you, Kim, but thank you for that. Again, another big up to the VIP workshop, being up close and personal with council members, man. You do not want to miss that opportunity going forward. All right. So thank you for that. And the next person that we're going to kick it over to, oh my goodness, this person, oh man, she has a very unique perspective because she actually got an opportunity to walk across the stage to get a piece of recognition. Oh, y'all can do better than that. Y'all can celebrate that. And so,
Congratulations.
And so we are going to kick it over to the one, the only, the awesome Miss Sean McLeod. Sean, talk to us. Let us know about your AALC experience.
Absolutely. Listen, words cannot express how I felt walking across that stage, because it happened in my mind before it actually physically happened. And it was going on before I even had a chance to catch up to myself and know and understand that was actually my name up there on the screen. I was supposed to go and walk. So I literally brought my vision board back out. And the thing that I want to share with you all is create the vision for what you want in this business. Everybody somehow, some way talked about the why. Everybody talked about vision. And the most important thing that I could share is create in your mind at a detailed level, down to see it, smell it, taste it, your success in this business. Because it is not only a possibility, all you have to do is write it out, envision it, and the Lord already gave you Jeremiah 29:11. He already gave you that. So you know that that expected end is all yours. So I was just amazed that God, he's so full of surprises. But one of the main things that I learned in watching all of those council members and promotions, I learned that every last one of them has their own journey. And the same is for you. And if you got a desire, a burning desire, I can't remember if it was, who it was that said burning desire. I think it was Rahima, I think, said, you got a burning desire to do this. Don't let any distraction, anything get in your way. Envision what it is that you want to be able to do. Envision yourself. One of the things that's on my little vision board is that I'm on PFN Live. Well, when I saw our NSDs up on PFN TV, I was like, yes, this is awesome. Yes, we can do this thing. Yes, we can. And I'm gonna tell you, this business will polish you. This business will, you think the sandpaper, you know, sandpaper has different grades and you got to go from the rough to the real smooth. This business will polish you. And our NSDs, Phoenicia and Stephen Coleman, were superb, every aspect. So I'm gonna say it like this: practice your speech, because that could be you. Practice your deal, because that could be you. Not could be, you desire it, it will happen. It will happen. So my first point is on vision. Create the vision for you and just go about the business of making it happen, no matter how things look, no matter how difficult it might feel to you. Just know that, as Nick always said, there's a price to be paid. Pay that price and get to that stage, because if all of those folks, I mean, all the way up through the folks that are making, what was it, Mika Saunders and the Cornigays, G1 and G2, way over $1 million. They all had their journey, they all went, and they went through their process. Just know that it's possible for you. And the only other point that I want to make, the very first day, Friday, a huge portion of it was dedicated to securities licensing. And the main point was, get yours. And all I'm gonna say is, it's possible for you to get yours. Don't let the fact that there's 3 exams, don't let the fact that it's gonna take some work, but please, 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 that was like all they could say, except for, you know, coming in and writing it on magic marker on everybody's hand, get your securities license. That's major part of you being able to do your business. Keep pushing through it, keep getting through those tests. And when you get it, use it. Check out Super J and Brittany and how they bust through any kind of wall related to becoming RVPs and making major dollars. Cash flow is a big part of your RVP requirements. You can do a big part of it. Leverage everybody that leverage Nick, leverage Justin and Brittany, and everybody else that's securities licensed, so that you can bring up your game. And man, I'm so encouraged by each one of you all and the excellence that I see in you all. Nick as our teacher, and you all that are already licensed, and how you've already helped me along that journey. I'm gonna say this, just press through and get it. And when you get it, use it. Thank you, Nick.
Fantastic job, Sean. Man, I love that line. You said that this business will polish you, and you use the sandpaper. It don't feel good, but the end result is silky smooth, and that this business will it'll work on you like that, and just encouraging people to tap into creating their vision for what they want to experience out of this business, and getting as detailed as possible with that process, and that God is full of surprises. Ain't he though? It's just it's beautiful. And I second that emotion, Sean. Get your securities license, all you unlicensed securities people. Get your securities license. Good stuff. Awesome. Before we go any further, man, I want to tap in this soul sister, man. She is awesome and amazing. Don't let her fool you, man. She is a woman of many gifts and talents, and will probably come over to your house and beat you in a game of spades, dominoes, Uno, Tonk, probably throw some dice a little bit with you too, and take all your money. I'm just convinced. I've seen her just do things and just, but she comes from another fighter. So it's not surprising that these two ladies are teammates, but the one that I'm talking about, this particular teammate, is the awesome and amazing Miss Julia Smith, smacking golf balls all over Top Golf like it wasn't nothing, like she was, skipping rocks and all of that. So Julia, talk to us. Let us know what you took away from the AALC.
Oh my God. Look, let me tell you, it was just an amazing experience. I left last year, of course, I went to the primary bookstore and bought all kinds of supplies. And I was on a mission. Last year, I went without any expectations, but to go and just absorb. This year, I was like, I want to meet people. I want to hear things. The VIP roundtable, speed round was so great. I mean, I can't even express the magnitude of what you're filled with. And so I went into this emptying myself so that I can receive. In one of the locker rooms, they were talking about, how are you going to receive anything with your hands, like your fist like this, right? And so I went in like this, God, fill me with whatever you need me to have at this particular time, and it just was from beginning to end, from Thursday, Friday, always giving honor and thanks to the great leadership that we have, because if it had not been for Constance, if it had not been for Benicia, if it had not been for Nick, if it had not been for Stephen and Phoenicia, I would not be here, and you all always pour so much into us. And so we left with blessings before we even got there, but getting there was just amazing. And so, I think that was Friday night at the locker room. One of the things that just really has resonated in my mind, besides my why, because the why is personal, right? It's like, this is really why I want to do it for my family. But that level of humility, when I saw this particular quote that I had seen earlier on CBS, was about Black wealth falling below zero in 2053. And I'm like, man, if that don't tell you you're doing the right thing for the right reason, the humbleness of it, the humility of giving and helping someone else is just amazing for me. I'm gonna run through these because I kind of took a few little notes. I was listening, to Rob Davis, and he was talking about help other people get what they need, and God will help you get what you want. And so that was just a powerful, powerful statement. And it was so many. One thing that would really touch me was, do you, and then everybody kind of have already talked about that, but do you? I know I can be the best me that I can be. Sometimes we look and we like, oh man, if I could be like that person, I wish I could be like that person. Maybe I need to say it that way. But the growth and the training that we're getting on a weekly basis in this type of environment is really helping me to develop and become the best me. I talk a lot, but I also want to consume and just absorb all of the information and use it in the right platform and in the right way, and be the best Julia that I can be, and let other people see that and experience it and let it shine. Let me tell you, I was talking to people. I put a little thing before we even got on the plane, right, in the AALC post. I'm in the airport leaving Houston, and I'm talking to this lady, and I was like, "Oh, you look familiar. Your hair was tight, cute." And so anyway, I was like, "Oh, so what do you do and everything? Where you headed?" And she was like, "Oh, we're going to Tampa." So I'm sitting up here trying to recruit somebody, and then she says, "Oh, we're going to Tampa, but we're driving to Orlando for Primerica." I'm like, "Oh man," you know. But meeting people at this conference at every level, you know, I mean, the openness of the council members during the roundtable that just gave us all of this knowledge, feeding off of people that I had never met. And a couple of years ago, before I got in this, I probably never would have walked up to anybody and say, "Hey, you know, are you interested in this? Or what do you do for a living?" and all of this. But I literally gained a whole nother family. And so that connection that we have, we really are a family. So that was just superb. And in the roundtable, you know, in the VIP and in the council with one of the council members, one of the things, I'm not a social media person, y'all, so I'm getting there. I will get there. But one of the things that Veronica Curry told us was about using her Facebook posts, and she was like, she only posts 3, and I'm like, okay, I can work with that. I can deal with that. But it was because it's me. And so she was talking about your spirit, you know, she posts one that's spiritual, and she posts something funny, and then she posts something about the business. And I'm like, hey, you know what? You can start with that. That will work for you. Because I'm a talker. I'll talk to people, I'll call, whatever. But I'm a talker. But in terms of social media, I have to step my skills up and develop that. So that was just awesome. And the fact that they just continue to pour and pour and pour into us. And, you know, Lisa M. Jones is always just like phenomenal. And, you know, just her talking about humility, accountability, vulnerability, availability, which is, you know, so key, and responsibility. And so I'm just like fired up, you know, has just, someone during one of the, I think, or may have been on Sunday when they were saying, hey, go ahead and start getting those appointments. But Nisa was like, hey, where's your laptop? Where's your iPad? Are you making appointments? And I'm like, I'm sitting in Constance like, girl, I made 4 appointments, you know? So it was just phenomenal. And the thing of it is, it's not only just having the fire, but keeping the fire, right? And so that's the thing that, you know, just self-development, keeping that fire, and just continuing to work through those. Be you, be who you are. And of course, our wonderful National Sales Director, Stephen Coleman, Stephen, and the one thing that he said was, the devil will come to steal your time, kill your vision, and destroy your destiny. And I refuse, do not allow him to do it. We've come, he's brought us this far, and he's going to bring us all the way. When we left last year, we all said, and I said, I want to win. I want to win for my family. I want to win for my children. I want to win for my grandchildren. I want to win for my great-grandchildren who I may never see. And so I refuse to allow that to happen. So thank you. That's all I got.
Powerful. Thank you for that, Julia. That was sensational. Just a masterclass of all the great things that happen. And like you said, man, I mean, you know, just but it ain't just about having the fire, it's keeping the fire. One thing that I've heard said before is that motivation fades, but habits endure. And so making sure that we use this as fuel to build and feed into those right habits that we have to win. I mean, I love what you gave as far as the blueprint of being able to use social media, post something spiritual, post something funny, post something about the business. Don't let it just all be about the business, but make sure that you represent yourself as a whole person out there. And man, just do you. I heard somebody else say that earlier in their recap. Do you be the best you that you can be? You can be unapologetically you. But you can show your evolution, your growth, and all of that. But just be you. You can do this business as you. You don't have to be me. You don't have to be Justin. You don't have to be Benicia or Andrea and Kathy. You don't have to be there, but you can be you, and you can be an RVP as you, right? And so, just great job, great job. And now I'm gonna kick it over to your upline. Oh my goodness. Can't wait to hear from her and just what she took away from the AALC. So Constance, cash flow Constance. Talk to the people and let them know what you took away from the event.
Oh my gosh, y'all. It's really so much. Like, I still keep saying I don't have words. I don't have words. First of all, I got to meet all my people, I was so happy to see Auntie, Kim, like to be sitting on the call for like 2 years and just seeing on Zoom, just seeing your face. And then to meet you in person, I mean, I was just filled with so much joy to see Audrey, like to hug on y'all. Like, it was absolutely amazing. So I love the fact of that. And then going to the AALC, like Judy, I had no expectations. Like, I heard what happened last year, and it's totally different when you hear it, third party. You trying to get the feeling of what they felt, and you really can't capture it. So when I went into it, I was just like, Judy, I was just open to the experience of everything, but I just didn't know it was going to blow me away that much. Like, literally, I sat in the VIP workshop and literally tears was coming to my eyes because I was getting so emotional sitting in front of, these $200,000 earners, 700. And the first thing they did when they sat down was give us their number. Like, before they even talked, they was like, you need to take my number. Like, and that was like, whoa, like, these people really want you to win. Like, they was dropping so many, like, they weren't holding nothing back from you. Nothing back they withheld. And that literally just gave me so much emotions. And I was just like, I can't believe, I just can't believe it. And then just to hear Cedric, I'm just going to recap him about how he talked about, sometimes when you go to God, you ask far too small. If you're going to go to God and ask for something big. Go all out. And then he talked about ask big and create the vision. Sean just talked about that, about visualizing. He talked about doing meditation. You need to meditate on your vision 10 to 15 minutes a day. He said, do not let reality seep into your meditation at all. And then he talked about speak about what you want and then create the belief. He said, any thought repeated with emotion creates belief. So he talked about, on his voicemail, he would say, he was, the NSD, he would have that on his voice. So when he called his voicemail, he would have to listen to it because he wanted to be imprinted in his mind and for him to actually believe that it could happen. And then he talked about energy force of faith activates belief, be it good or be it bad. And he talks about a story about a friend of his who was so terrified of being trapped in the elevator. And his friend kept saying, if I ever get trapped in the elevator, I'm going to die. And lo and behold, he got trapped in the elevator and he actually died. And so because of the energy that he put towards that, because he kept saying it over and over again, and that energy, it be it good or be it bad, is going to happen. So we have to activate a faith of belief. We have to activate that God can do anything in our lives and in our business. And then he talked about you have to give to get so you can give again. And he talked about just having the opportunity to give to people, not withholding anything back from people. He talked about, just when people are in need. He talked about a situation when one of his clients asked for $3,500 and he actually gave it. And she was supposed to pay it back. And God asked him to forgive the debt because now God is now the lender of that loan. And so God is going to repay him back tenfold. So when he started giving, he started asking God for big things and not small things. And so it was just so good. He talked about you're the creator of your life by the thoughts that we have, words that we speak, in actions. So we have to, from what I took from that, I have to tell myself, you're the next RVP. Not only you're RVP, you're SVP. Not only you're SVP, you're in this, like every single day. That's my speaking to myself. I went and I got the book, I got this book of all the people that, and I look at this book, y'all, and I read the caption. I'm like, a bus driver? Are you serious? A plant worker? Girl, you a teacher with 2 degrees. You're gonna be in that book. I'm gonna put my picture in the book so I can look in the book, because that's what, you know, and I think about, like, man, I look at Mika Saunders, and I told Kim this when we was going to get back on the plane. I said, Kim, I looked up there when Mika was talking, and she, you know, with everything she was saying, and I was like, this opportunity is really given to everybody. It's just what you do with it. Because she, you know, when you think these people are just so big and so special, but it's like they just worked harder. So you just got to work harder, because it's nothing different. We all have the same opportunity. God all chose us for this mission, you know, and I know for me, I always think like, God, why would you choose me? You know, with my background and what I've been through as a kid and what I had to face and struggle with. And then I think about how he chose the disciples and how he always chooses the ones that you never really think will be the ones, you know? And so that's us, you know, with our background and everything that we've been through. God chose us for this time, this purpose, to change the entire world. Like Lisa Jones said that, like, you are anointed for this. This is your anointing. This is what it is. And so, yeah, I can go on and on and on, because it was absolutely amazing. I like Vanessa when she said, you know, you got to tell your time where to go. I got a schedule now, y'all. One powerful thing, whoever your partner is, whether your partner is in this business or not in this business, I'm talking about your spouse or whatever, get them there. Because my husband was in the business, kind of fell out. He's kind of doing his own, he's chasing his dream, and which I have to let him do, because God is, this is what God told me to do. But for him to come and to see, he was amazed. He kept saying, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. And then for us to get back in the hotel room together, and we had some hard conversations that we needed to have. We talked about procrastinating. We talked about saying one thing and doing another. We talked about, okay, if we saying we want this for our family, then we got to go all in and go get it. And we got to hold each other accountable. We got to call each other out when we're not doing what we're supposed to do. And so I think if he hadn't come and experienced what he had to experience, those conversations wouldn't have happened. We kind of could have been still in that same, you know, I would have been saying one thing, but he wouldn't have been getting it. So if you have somebody in your life, get them there, because they need to understand your journey. They need to understand what this is really about, because it's going to help him. He's going to help you in the long run. It's going to help both of you in your strengthen your relationship, so that you can really fight for each other. Because I just as much I have to fight for my bit. And I love what Mika Saunders said when she talked about her fiance, because her fiance is a doctor. So she said, listen, I had to go fight for my dream. I couldn't run off behind him when he was fighting for his. I had to go build this, because I was building it for us. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm building this for us. So y'all, I mean, woo, it was amazing. Listen, if you didn't go, you gotta go next year. You got, like, and then you gotta be a repeater, because I'm so scared to miss something. Lord, I just gotta go and pay my money. I'm so scared if I don't go, what I'm gonna miss. And I don't want y'all coming back here and I'm looking on the Zoom trying to picture what you said and what all that. I don't even want to do that. But it was amazing, y'all. I love each and every. Thank you to our leadership, Nick and Rahima. Amazing coaches. I'm about to be calling y'all and getting on y'all nerves, because your girl is the next RVP. Okay, I'm coming for the RVP. I'm coming for it. I have made up my mind, so I got to go get it. So yeah, I'm gonna be calling and getting on your nerves. I'm just letting you know now.
It's all good, man. Call us, man. We waiting on somebody to bug the mess out of us on some RVP talk. We ready, man. We are ready. So, you talking about speechless? I'm speechless. Everybody else be after hearing that, man. That was like, I don't even know where to just, man, that was phenomenal. I'm just glad we're recording this, guys. I am recording. I'm going to upload this to the YouTube channel. This is phenomenal. Man, you guys, this is a Fast Start School worth of recap right here, right now. This is so inspirational. We still got a little bit more to go. Y'all just hang with us, man. Hang with us. We got a little bit more to go. So just hang with us. Next person I'm going to kick it over to, man. I'm going to kick it over to the awesome and the amazing Miss Rosalind Morris. Talk to us, Mom. Let us know what you took away from the AALC.
Hi, family. How's everyone doing? It was just fantastic just to go and just to see family. It was like a family reunion. That's how I saw it, right? Because we all get together on Zoom and just to come together and just kind of love and hug on each other, right? I really love just meeting with everyone. I thought it was wonderful. Also, definitely just reuniting with the kids was great. And seeing my son-in-law just go up there and just knock it out. You're talking about the anointing being on him. He's being modest because those who were there, I don't know if you realized it or noticed it. My son got the longest standing ovation and the loudest shouts, okay? It was just awesome. It was awesome. So I'm glad I got a chance to, also some of us recorded it, and I had to share it with Rahima too, because she wasn't there to see it, but it was just great. I just want to really thank Rahima and Nick just for being just the great leaders they are. And when we were talking, you know, people were talking to us and teaching us. There was so much to learn, like everyone else said. I don't want to reiterate everything everyone said, but just so much to learn. But I realized how much of a value we get from our trainings here, right? And how we teach, you talk to us about just being, you know, coachable, teachable, and credible. And everyone just, that was an ongoing theme as well, right? We do have to be, you know, have be team players, but also be our unique selves within that team, right? So we can be that shining star that we need to be in order to have the big business we have, to go with our big dreams. And if we want to move fast, right, and to grow, right. And one of the people said, I'm not sure if it was Lisa or not, they talked about, you know, a lot of people talked about personal development. And I just saw that something I've been saying, just giving out good books and good nuggets. That's definitely something that I'm going to make use of as well. Also, you know, helping the team members to just to revision, to really go over their vision, to remind them of it, right? And sometimes you gotta do tough love just because you want the best for them. So I got to learn how to, you know, kind of maneuver that when it comes to talking to people. This is what you said. So I really want to see you work it, but that's what the team players were saying too. And the ones who are successful, helping their members, their teammates, really remember what their vision and their dream was, just to get them reignited and just to get them going. One person was talking about, you know, gave 3 tips. Are you valuable or insignificant to the team? We're learned in our training that we are valuable to our team, right? We're learning what value is. And are you working Primerica or playing Primerica? We're learning and we've learned from AALC what those 2 things mean. And those are questions that we have to answer. And I know that, you know, in our trainings here and what they were teaching us at AALC is how to be, you know, how to work it, right? How to put that into action. What does that actually mean? They defined that for us, which was great. And then it's important for us to keep our attitudes up and be consistent, because we can be on fire today and kind of wane out, but we have to really build ourselves up, developing ourselves personally, getting into our words, giving ourselves the affirmations that we talked about, right? And staying on top of it. And are you chasing mediocrity or greatness? I know that this was powerful because this is something that's been said consistently too. You know, we talk about who are we talking to? And one young lady was the second council member who sat at our table. And she said they really started their business twice. Right, they became our VPs, right? But under the first time they were in the business, and she realized they were really talking to people who were not of their level. Not to sound sedity, but people who didn't really have a reason strong enough to keep them in there, or a why, or their vision strong enough to keep them in there. So they basically kind of lost those people after they became RVPs, because there's people, they just kind of quit, right? And then her and her husband went back and started, talking to other council members, getting mentorship. And they were like, well, what type of people are you recruiting? Are you recruiting people where you are and above? Or are you recruiting people lower? And they had to really do an assessment that they were kind of scared. So they were, didn't really have a strong vision inside of them and a strong why, or even believe in Primerica enough and give it the value that they should have been given it. But when they started recruiting again and getting their business up, they said they were not going to quit. Okay. And now I heard her name several times. It was the Duval. It was Rob and what do you remember the young lady's name? It was Stovall, Stovall. She's a council member. Her name was called several times. I think she might have been, she was an SVP too. And they were making,
Stovall. Angela Stovall. Angela Stovall.
Angela, right. Angela. Yeah. Thank you, Audrey. And just powerful. I mean, what she said, it was just verified and confirmed that whole time, right? How it's important for us to really focus on having that self-worth, right? Being confident of who we are, knowing what our why is, what everyone else said, right? And then she had a partner, but having someone who can help you stand accountable for who you are and what you're standing for. And then looking, because we know from the word tells us there's safety in counsel. So they were smart enough to go to council members, to people who were successful, to learn what it is to really build a business and to work it. Right, to work it, to hear it and to do it and to put it into action. And so the other thing was Brandon. We gave that popcorn analogy about the popcorn kernels, right? So that was a bad thing. I was like, this is real stuff right here. And how, he talked about, Primerica being, like us, with this great opportunity, putting our reasons why and our energy in it, and how we need to let it marinate and kind of just, simmer for a while, because that's how the kernels, they don't right away, right? They have to simmer for a while. We got to give it some time. And then you take some time, right? And you have to hold on to your vision while you're waiting, no matter what it looks like. And then if you hold on to that vision, it will, as God will give you your heart's desire, if you ask him, right? Your desires will come true, right? One popcorn, and then you get several popcorns, and that means the business is growing as you're working it, as you're putting that heat on it. That heat on it is putting that work and being consistent, right? That consistent heat, right? And then from there, he said, remember, all the kernels in the popcorn won't pop. But we can control nor can we control which kernel will or will not pop. So, there are people that you may introduce to this great opportunity that may not stick with you, right? Or may not come on. But those who don't, they just keep building you up, right? Because what I do, I'm about repurposing. I repop those suckers, right? Not that I'll go to the kernels. So they may not, they may not be ready for the opportunity. And the first time you ask, but Justin, I think it was Justin, he went back, right? You went back, right? And that person not only gave you some business, but he gave you that $1 million client now, didn't he, right? Because you went back, right? You kept that fire growing. You kept that heat underneath that popcorn kernel and that pop going, right? And so, you gave a little thank you, right? So you made it put a little more oil in there with that thank you, right? And so you kept it going, you kept it brewing. So we can't give up. We have to remember that we have to hold on to our dreams. So it says the system runs by people that produce a profit, right? So you got to keep your system going, and it's important to have a system in place. And so it gets back into, having that vision board in front of you, right? Because that's part of that fire underneath that pot. So it keeps those kernels growing and popping eventually. And so we just have to have patience and just believe and trust God, right? Like Stephen says, we have the faith now because we're seeing the people. Okay, so it's things that have definitely come and materialized. We know what happened, right? And now we just got to believe that it will happen by acting. That's our faith is, and our belief is acting on our faith. And it's just so important that we do that. So, and Julia said what I just love when Phoenicia said what was it? John 10:10, the thief comes only, I mean, when she emphasized that, I don't remember only being, it just stood out, was illuminated. Only comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Then she got us actively involved in it. What does he come to do? We said only, right? We had to get it. She helped us to apply it in our minds mentally, right? He ain't coming for no other reason. So when you have someone or something, coming to try to, what you say, steal your time, kill your vision, and destroy your business, that's nothing but the enemy, right? But what does Jesus do? He comes to give you life in abundance, to the full, to the overflow. So if you haven't gotten there yet, and all those kernels have not popped yet. So you keep on keeping on, because it gets back into another thing. I'm like kind of mixing up scriptures, but that seed time and harvest time, you're feeding into it, right? The word is the word and it works. We got to work it, right? So we keep sowing. We keep applying that heat to those kernels. It's definitely going to give us a 30, 60, 100 fold. It definitely is. So that's that RVP, that SVP, that NSD, that SNDS, and that NE. We stay long enough that, what is it, the NDE? So we just have to be patient and allow those kernels to pop. That's all I got, Coach.
All right. Thanks so much, Mom. Man, unpacked it, wrapped it up, shipped it off, got it, unpacked it again, and displayed it. I love it. Thank you so much for that. Man, it was just so much goodness that was going on over this weekend. I love hearing you guys say those things back and what's happening, and just powerful stuff. Super duper powerful. So thank you for all the love and the encouragement, Mom. Next, we're gonna kick it over to Marquis. Queen, talk to us, brother. Let us know what you took away from it, baby.
What up? Welcome to the revival. If y'all don't know what time it was, welcome to the revival. So, man, look, I'm going to talk about a couple of things. Really want to let us hit me in your spirit. First thing I want to talk about is, this is what I took away from the AALC recap. I'm talking to everybody when I say this too. Why did God allow you to meet Primerica? Ask yourself that question. Why did God allow you to be a part of Primerica, right? And the reason he allowed you, because he wanted to show you evidence that you can do it, right? He wants to show you evidence you can do it, because God is no respecter of a person. So as you continue to grow and be part of this Primerica journey and this crusade, there's a reason why you're here, right? Not just to come and be a happy part-time. It's not just to come to make a couple of dollars, not to come and make some overrides, and not to come to make no earn. It's not to come just get a license. It's to actually win for you and your family. Because God has an assignment and a destiny for you on this journey to be successful. Number two, focus, right? So we all have some level of focus in our life. If I can go to each and every one of you guys here on this call tonight, it's something in your lifetime you actually wanted, actually got. Shake your head. Yep, you did it. If you wanted some shoes, I want these J's. I'm going to get these J's. I want to get this car. I want to go get this car. If I want a shirt, I'm going to want a shirt. If I want some, whatever you wanted, if you focus on it, you actually got it, right? So now you're in a great position to focus on the goal at hand. What are you focusing on? Are you focused on making some money? Or are you focusing on winning, right? So I encourage each and everybody, since I got back from the AALC, what my focus is, I'd encourage you guys to find out what your focus is, because what you focus on, you can obtain it. And so the last but not least, what I want to talk about, man, is having a winning attitude, right? A winning attitude takes a person's desire to do anything they put their mind to, right? And your attitude is going to determine your altitude. And so what I want you to encourage you guys, inspire you guys, as you've seen this past Sunday, we had our national sales director, we had our other national sales director, we had our senior vice president, and we had a plethora of RVPs come and take stage and let the whole AALC know what time it is, right? So now that you've seen it, because you believe it, because seeing is believing. So now what are you going to do? Are you going to lay down? Or are you going to get down? And so I'm here to tell y'all it's time to get down. And man, look, the next step, you know what your step is. So I encourage and inspire each and every person that has a desire in their heart to do what we got to do to win, we're going to win. See you at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded.
There it is right there, brother. I appreciate that, Queen. Fantastic. Man, way to give us those 3 points. Man, my favorite inside of all of those is the focus, because man, I'm telling you that right there It's the glue, it's the binder. I love the way that you put that in the middle. It was like the two pieces of bread and the meat in the sandwich, right? And that focus right there is everything, bro. And so thank you so much for that. And then the next to the last person we're gonna kick it over to is the awesome and amazing Jackie Mayfield, affectionately referred to as Auntie. Auntie, talk to us. Let us know what you took away from the AALC.
Good evening, everybody. This was my second time attending the AALC. And I also previously attended the Primerica Convention. So for me, I just literally feel that my roots are going deeper and going wider. A lot of the speakers were talking about make a decision, make a decision. That one ingredient is what causes you to move from A to Z, make a decision. So what I'm going to talk about tonight is consistency. What I did, I stood back, and like Julia said, she wanted to hear whatever God wanted her to receive. And I felt the same way because I have been to the conferences before, and everything rises and falls on leadership. So we have tremendous, exceptional, great leaders, SVP, soon to be MSDs, Nick and Rahima Bracey. Like, they are phenomenal coaches. I mean, seriously, like anybody who's had a leader in their life, you know the quality and the anointing that's on their life. So I'm grateful for them. But first, I want to give glory and honor to God, the Lord and Savior of my life. Since y'all said this was a revival, I want to give glory and honor to God. And then I want to be grateful for my upline. I thank God for Nick and Rahima. I thank God for Steve and Phoenicia Coleman. I mean, just impeccable people. I want to also just give, the awesome and amazing Rosalind Mars. I just want to thank her for saying yes to the opportunity. And I want to thank her for doing my IBA. Glory to God. Yes. Thank you, Rosie, for doing my IBA. And then I want to give a shout out to the unstoppable water walking team that attended the AALC. The Sean R. McLeod who walked that stage because she saw it before she walked on it. To the awesome and amazing Kim Jones, who told me I am not going to be a cheerleader. Hallelujah. I'm going to the next level. And to the Peterson group who came full. They came packing and they left packing. And I heard the husband say, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. So to the unstoppable water walking team, I'm just excited about that. So from the AALC this year, after hearing and being in the company of greatness and millionaires. And when I say greatness, I'm talking about all levels. I'm not talking about some folks didn't have the millions yet, but they're great. They're great. Why? Because they made a decision and they didn't give up. So after hearing and being in the presence of greatness and the millionaires that started out just like Constance said, they started out just like us, regular folk. And just like Cleve said, got to know respect of person. But it's going to be a respecter of your faith and a respecter of your decision making and a respecter of your consistency. That's what it's going to be about, right? So people that started out like us, but now they're millionaires. Your Mika Saunders, your Ivan Earls, your Tanya Pose, your Angie B. Hogan. And I call this family, Lord God, the earth-shattering cornegades. I just tell you, every time they walk the floor, everything moves. I see mountains move out the way. But what I want to say in closing is about being consistent. What I heard, I hear it on our Tuesday night calls. I hear it on POL on Mondays. I hear it when they have the ALC. And I heard a resounding ring on this at the conference. Be consistent. Make that decision and be consistent. So I want to break down consistent. The C for consistent is change. And I want you to change your thinking to make that decision. Make that decision from thinking, I can do it. I can win because God is no respecter of person. But I want to say this, don't change your mind from joining this business. Like, don't let a nuisance, nonsense, excuses change your decision from completing that IBA. Don't do that, right? So be sensitive to change. The O is opportunity. Where can we go and pay less than $125 and have someone else pay for you to get a state license, okay? Life insurance and securities. Where else can you go to get $1 million coaches at no cost to us? Because please don't think that $25 is paying for that, right? The opportunity is ridiculous. The table is spread. Where else can you go to get that, right? The mentorship, right? The support to grow your business, everything you need. The inconsistent is noisy. You need to be noisy about it. Everybody should know that you're a business owner. Everybody should know that you have office hours. Everybody should know that you have a solution to save their life. The S in consistency, save legacies. Somebody said it, I don't remember who, but our mission purpose, because of that article, everybody keeps talking about that enterprise article that came out in 2021 that talks about Black wealth is going to decrease to zero by the year 2053. That thing right there, that information right there has boosted my hunger and drive to ensure that the people that look like me, they get the information and change can occur in their life. But of course, it's their choice. But I want to be noisy enough that they know it's possible. And then so I want to save legacies. The I inconsistent. Listen, ignore. I is ignore. Ignore no's. Ignore the dead folks that's walking around that can't see nothing. Ignore the broke, the lying, the people with no vision, people with a lack of understanding. Ignore that and move forward. The next S inconsistent is sacrifice now so you can rejoice later. But during this sacrificing time to build this business, rejoice and have fun during the process, but do what you need to do now so you can get where you want to be later. Because all those people, the names I just called, the Mika Sanders and Tanya, they all sacrificed. If you heard Chris Dorham at the event, he talked about how he's not going to Italy for 3 more years to build, that he's going on the vacation of his dream or whatever he's planning to do. Because he's sacrificing now, doing today, so he don't have to do it tomorrow. So the second S is sacrifice now. T, inconsistent, is talk to everybody. But of course, within our target market, right? 25 to 50, working, y'all know the drill. Talk to everybody, okay? Don't tell Nick I said this to you, but if you see somebody older, talk to them because they might have daughter and the grandchild. So, okay, Nick, you ain't hear that. But anyway, don't talk to them. E, inconsistent. Endure to the end. And I want you to endure the naysayers. Endure, and this is what I'm going to tell you about. Endure the family and the friends that don't believe you're going to make anything through this business. Endure that so you can show them later. Because your success will show them what the truth really is. But you can't give up. You got to endure. The N inconsistent is never give up, obviously. Oh, and the T, glory to God. The T inconsistent, I want you to trust that a direct deposit will go into your account every time you make a decision to close that daggone business. So listen, consistent, trust, because you're going to get that direct deposit. It's worth it all. It's worth it all. That's what I wanted to say. That's what I got. I heard consistent, make a decision, consistent, make a decision, consistent, make a decision. And we can do this.
I love it. Thank you so much for that, Auntie. That's baked in right there, y'all. Consistent. If you don't remember nothing, man, just consistent. Each letter standing for a piece and a building block for us to go win. Thank you for unpacking that, Auntie. That was so powerful. And to wrap us up, man, we're gonna kick it over to the Wonder Kids, man. I mean, they the new RVPs. Man, they are superstars in the making, already on the map. You know what I'm saying? Got in the booth, spit a high 16, about to get their own record deal, record company, man. So y'all give it up for the awesome and the amazing Justin and Brittany Hall in their AALC experience. Talk to us, family.
Let's go, baby. What you got? What you got for the people?
All right. So you guys can hear me good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So this was our first AALC in Atlanta. In Orlando. And first one we did was years ago in Atlanta. And we took a break and we went to every convention. But let me tell you, being at AALC is nothing. Being at AALC doesn't compare. It doesn't compare with convention at all. Like convention, like you get the grand scheme of everything, but just being at AALC and being around people that look like you, that that talk like you, that dress like that walk like you, dress like you. I mean, just seeing people that look like you and just seeing them win making 200,000 up to $1 million,
3 million.
3 million. Yes, I mean, it just doesn't compare at all. And so, the theme of this AALC was level up. And let me see, one of the things that we talked about was mental toughness, like ways to level up with your mental toughness. Like, what are you reading at home? What do you listen to in your car? Chris Durham talked about how him and Michelle, I think every month they read a different book and they talk about it. And that's definitely something Justin and I said that we want to do.
Yeah.
And, just to build that mental toughness in us, that mental, your mentality. Another thing you can level up with your intensity. April Monte Bonner talked about that, living up with your intensity, like intensely on getting out there, getting active, getting appointments, talking to people, just that activity, to go to the next level and level up. And so, this was just a great AALC. And one of my highlights, I'm gonna be kind of biased. Just seeing our whole hierarchy get up and speak every day, just hearing Nick, we were able to listen to your video from Friday night, and it was just mind blowing. It was like we were there in person, like we were just so fired up listening to your talk. Like we were just excited and fired up for real. And we showed the whole family. They were excited and fired up. Yes.
Put it on the big screen, man.
We put it on the TV, and his parents, they was like, wow, like just mind blown. Like they were just excited, and they loved your whole talk, Nick.
Yeah.
And then, of course, hearing, I'm being biased. My highlight was hearing Justin, being a hotshot speaker on Saturday. Just who knows what position God's going to put you in. Like, who knew when we signed up to go to the AALC that he was going to be picked to be a hotshot speaker at the securities boot camp. You just never know, where God's going to place you, and opportunities is going to open for you. The doors is going to open. And so just seeing him just rise to the occasion, he was shooting his bricks. He was so scared and nervous when he got the call and stuff. And he had to,
poker face.
But you couldn't even tell. You could not even tell that he was nervous up there on stage. Like I just give so many props to you, babe. Like he just seriously killed it up there and stuff. And then just closing on Sunday with Stephen and Phoenicia, seeing them on stage. We get to see them speak every time, but just to see them bless and grace the stage and pour out to the everyone else at the AALC. Just the opportunities that our hierarchy has been able to do and just speak to everyone. This was just the greatest AALC, and like I said, we will never miss another AALC. From now on, we will be at every single one and the convention, and so this was just an awesome weekend.
Well, we definitely ain't gonna be missing it as RVPs. I tell you that. That definitely. No, but right on, babe. Like, man, she summed it up. You know what I mean? But any of y'all remember FUBU? Damon John, y'all remember FUBU stood for us, by us? They need to call the AALC FUBU, for real, because it was us representing us on the highest level at all levels, all walks of life. I was just like sitting there like, man, when we were going to the gala, we were just seeing so many people. Just throughout walking through the whole situation. But on the bus, you see people, man, you be like, oh man, they came to the gala. Man, maybe they could be regional leaders. They could be new RVPs. You know what I'm saying? And then you see them doing a merry-go-round at the stage, $500,000 earnings, $700,000 earnings. You're like, God damn. I'm like, it's so many people in Primerica that are winning. You know what I mean? It's a mentality. It's definitely not a look at all. It was proven over and over and over. In order to level up, dadgummit, you gotta cheer up. That's what my boy SVP Nick Bracey said up there. Cheer up. How you gonna level up if you don't cheer up, man? You know what I mean? Nick, you did a phenomenal job. I called you personally, dog. I had to tell you that, but just in front of everybody, man, it just one of one, bro. I'm gonna give that to you, man. You inspire all of us. You really, really inspire me, man, to get up there and be able to capture an audience like that and get up there with no notes. That boy bust his gun up there with no notes, coming off the dome, being led. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, You killed it, bro. Appropriately for all of us. So Primerica has been put on notice. The AALC has been put on notice, right? I also enjoy spending quality time with the other teammates, man. F3, I freaking love y'all, man. I freaking love y'all, man. Been able to spend time with Constance and Terrence. You know what I mean? Just being able to spend time with people, man. Like, it's like it was like a family reunion. You know, I was like, man, I don't even want to go to the meeting, man. I just want to spend time with y'all. I don't even see y'all like that, man. You know what I mean? I just want to love on y'all and laugh. Let's hit some more golf balls. You know what I mean? It was just so much fun, right? And CEO, right? Our CEO, Glenn Williams, the CEO of Primerica, right? When he talked about that why, right? That why. He's just such an awesome speaker, man. Ain't he? Glenn can give it to you for real. But when he summed up the why, right? He said, your why is the power to change and the power to keep changing. I was like, I had to write that down because I was like, your why, you're going to have to change. It's going to cause you to change to get where you want to be, right? And the thing is nothing stays the same. So that's why it's the power to keep changing because you keep evolving, you keep developing, right? You keep growing. And then Rob Davis said this, it's not about the mistake. It's about what you do after it. I thought that was so heavy, even though I know he was trying to clean up the whole AALC mishap with all these, you know, people overbooking and not booking and all that. I was like, bro, give me that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, as leaders, we're going to make mistakes, right? We're going to make mistakes. We're not perfect people, right? But the thing is it's not about the mistake you make. It's about what you do after it. And I was like, that was so awesome. And lastly, the AALC, man, it took away all the excuses, man. It gave you everything that you needed to see. You saw people from all ages, backgrounds. I mean, people been in the business for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 15 years, 20 years. You've seen all of them experience success on so many different levels, right? The stats that Glenn Williams put up there, and I had took a picture of it, and I wasn't even gonna say this, but it really blew my mind when I saw the first 43 years of Primerica from 1977 to 2019. For $50,000 earners, they averaged 14 per month. In a 43-year period, they averaged 7 per month of $100,000 earners, 8 per month of anybody jumping the diamond, right? And 2 per year for $1 million earners, right? In a 43-year period. That alone knocks everybody out the water. Because ain't nobody else doing that, right? Jackie, what happened? You know what I'm saying? And so, but when we look at the decade of dominance, and you see from January 2020 to March 2022, this 2-year period, you see 38 per month, $50,000 earners, 27 per month of $100,000 earners, 51 per month of people jumping diamonds, right? And then from 2 per year to $12 million earners per year. Get out of here. Man, we in the greatest opportunity, y'all. I'm so thankful that Umang planted the seed in Primerica in me 16 years ago. It wasn't buried, it was planted, right? And then you see my wife, it comes through with Tiffany, who came and talked to her. I'm so glad that we came back to Nick and Rahima's office because it was divinely engineered for us to be there. Even though he was like, what's your name, Jeremy? I was like, no, sir, it's Super J. You know what I'm saying? No, but bro, I was like, I'm just so happy to be a part. God knew what he was doing to have us under y'all's direct leadership. We think the world of y'all, man. Y'all are future NSDs. You know what I'm saying? And affirmative constants on future RVP. You light the stage up. You light it up every time you speak. Like when it's time for Primerica to hear you gonna lay them all flat. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious, for real. Same thing with you, Jack. Killing. Y'all boys be killing. Y'all got so many gifts, you know? And so we're just thankful to be a part. We're proud to be y'all's teammates, man. But most importantly, y'all, remember to get active.
Right on, man. Oh, mic drop. Way to do it. Man, y'all are so awesome. I mean, God has really blessed each and every last one of y'all. It's just been just a joy to hear everybody's recap of this whole deal. Man, just a masterclass by you guys, Justin and Brittany, just taking us through your AALC experience, and what a blessing it is for everybody to be able to hear it and receive it. Last thing that I want to share with you guys, because as we come out of that AALC event, it's time for us to level up. The theme of the event, I want to share with you guys, it carries over. And I want to challenge you all to really buy into it and allow it to carry over for the next 60 days. From May 2022, really starting right now, from May 22 all the way through the end of June 2022. Allow that level up energy, that level up mindset to continue to push you forward for the next 60 days. And so for the next 60 days, we're focused on leveling up in a couple of key areas. We got to get back, family, to promotions in motion. We haven't had nearly enough promotions going up. So this is the epitome of leveling up, going from whatever contract level you're at right now to the next contract level. And so this is what I want us to take on. This is the challenge. How many new district leaders can we promote in these next 60 days? If you're not a district leader, you need to become a district leader. If you're a district leader right now or above, how many new district leader promotions can you get on your team in the next 60 days? We are having a district leader fest, promotion fest over the next 60 days. We are fast tracking them in. We going all out, above and beyond. We are driving district leader promotions over the next 60 days. We leveling up, guys. And so promotions in motion is one of the key focuses. The next leveling up is in our skill level. You know, we got our winning momentum cycle, mastering the cycle. Where are you going to start leveling up in your skill? Is it in prospecting? Is it with scheduling appointments? Is it in doing a winning presentation? Whatever area that you got to level up in, I'm challenging you in these next 60 days, you need to become ice water cold and master that area. Is it doing a wealth builder and closing business and getting referrals? Is it doing a new recruit orientation and getting a new recruit off to a fast start? Whatever it is, we're going to level up in our skill. In addition to that, man, we're going to level up in some cash flow. I know we've been talking about the Comma Club and things like that, but that's not good enough anymore. Yeah, we got the Comma Club, but man, in the next 60 days, who's going to make $2,000+ a month? Who's going to make $3,000, $4,000, $5,000+ a month? We got to get to the place, teammates, to where we got people that are making comma check field training bonuses again. Y'all ain't excited. We got to get back to that, man. We got to start leveling up people's cash flow. Who's going to hit 20,000 in rolling 12 cash flow in the next 60 days? It's doable. It's possible. It's achievable. If you believe and you make a decision to go for it, right? Who's going to get that? And then who's going to go over 50,000? I ain't in. I already know. 50,000 in rolling 12 cash flow over the next 60 days. Could be by the end of the month. I foresee it, and I'm calling it into existence. But guys, we got to start leveling up our cash flow starting in these next 60 days, right? And then the next thing is, man, we got to level up our licenses, man. We need to be plugging in and filling the Get Your Life licensing group where we're facilitating, helping people getting their life insurance license, but also in the area of securities. Man, how long is it going to take for you to get your SIE? How long is it going to take for you to get your Series 6, your Series 63, your 26? Guys, we got to level up over the next 60 days in licenses. And then last but not least, we want to level up in activity and accountability. We've been talking about win the day. That's been our push. But look at this. If you're serious about really getting your business going, this is your report card, your daily report card. For anybody that's an unlicensed trainee or you're a happy part-timer just getting it popping, right? Anybody that's not a part of the Win the Day accountability group, this is your report card on a daily basis. And if you're moving your business forward, right? Getting one new recruit, closing one life app or field training sale if you're unlicensed, getting one pass notice, scheduling one new appointment, doing one winning presentation, getting 3 new contacts. If you're doing at least one of these every single day, you're winning in your business. And so if you're serious, and if you're a person that said, hey, Nick, man, I don't want this motivation fade. I want the habits to endure. What habits do you need to commit yourself to? What process do you need to hold yourself accountable to? This is it. This is it right here. If you're serious, this is what you're buying into. And we'll create a separate Telegram group for people who are serious, who want to be accountable. And you get an opportunity to plug in your results on a daily basis in that Telegram group. We'll make that happen. And then, of course, guys, this is our next big push point event, the 2022 Primerica International Convention. Everybody that was at the AALC, I'm expecting you to be at the convention. And for those who were not able to go to the AALC, I'm telling you, don't miss the convention. Don't miss it. I know that you're thinking that, man, y'all had an amazing time at the AALC. We just gonna keep the party going on in the convention. These are the dates. This is the location. The only thing missing is your commitment and your presence. Your commitment and your presence. So family, I'm here to tell you, man, we're gonna level up in this season. We're gonna take this energy out of the AALC, and in the next 60 days, we're gonna get promotions in motion. How many new district leaders can we promote? We're gonna level up in our skill. Right? We're going to level up in our cash flow. We're going to level up in licenses. And family, we're going to level up in activity and accountability. If you're serious about winning, I'm telling you right now, you got to adopt this level up mindset, and we're going to continue. We're going to lock in leading into the convention the next 60 days. And I'm telling you, watch the Spirit of God move and how he pours out blessings that we ain't got room enough to receive. Get your vision board ready. Get your affirmations right every day. Get your giving together so you can give some more. Say those things that be not as though they are. Repeat those things over and over again that you want. Sow positivity into your teammates, into your clients. Focus on doing the right thing 100% of the time. And I'm telling you right now, those seeds that we're planting, they're going to bring forth a harvest. And this is only the beginning. Family, I love you guys. I thank you for being patient, for holding on for this meeting, but I didn't want to mute anybody's mic. I wanted to let you guys get it out because I think that at moments like this is a good time to let people get it out and let the Spirit move. And I thank you guys for doing that. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and pray and we can get out of here. Lord, Heavenly Father, we come giving thanks for the grace and blessing of this meeting. Father, we thank you for your presence, for we felt it and we know that you are here, Lord God, and we invite you into every aspect of our lives and every aspect of our business. Father, we know that we cannot do any of this without you, Lord Father. We ask you, Lord God, to continue to go before us. Let your compassion precede us, Lord Father, as we talk to people, as we touch people, Lord Father, that your impact and the presence and power of your Spirit is felt through our words and through our actions, and we'll be mindful to give you the glory, honor, and praise. Father, we thank you for the blessing of this event. We thank you for all the things that you allowed us to receive from this event, Lord Father. And we thank you, Father, for the energy and for the encouragement and for the camaraderie that we have, Lord Father, and the love that we have for one another. Let it continue to grow. Let it continue to burn, Father. Let it continue to simmer and smolder, Lord Father. And let us know and understand that if there's anything that we can do, Lord Father, to help our brother or our sister win and succeed, that we don't hesitate to make it happen. Father, give us the vision, expand our vision, bless us indeed, expand our territory beyond the borders of our imaginations, Lord God. And we promise, Lord Father, we'll be servants to your people. Until we see one another again, continue to watch between us in our absence. Keep your hedge of protection all around us in our going and coming, Lord Father, and our rising up early and our settling in late. It's in the mighty name of Jesus Christ we do pray. Amen. All right, family. Thank you guys so much. We love you. We love you. We love you. And thank you all again for just the blessing of sharing what you shared this evening. Thank you guys so much. Love y'all. Peace, everybody.
Hey, yeah. We can make it and be on the front line. When it time. Hey, make it and be on the right line. They try to tell you you'll lose to confuse you. Loose tongue come through to tell you bad news. It's 2 reports you could believe what you choose to. And not walking in purpose gets abusive. Let's win some.
I'm up and I'm sometimes down. Even through the down times, I'm gonna smile. Because the pain will only last for a while. I'ma keep my hands uplifted high. Lord, you said trust and I'm gonna see the plans that you have planned out for me. Life ain't all what it seems to be. I've learned that it won't be easy. It may seem that you're by yourself, but with God you're never alone. Look towards the hills where all your help, for your help comes from above. You're already equipped. All you got to do is believe in Him. He will never let you slip. And when you feel like you do